Michael, last time we spoke about digital currencies. You said Bitcoin is digital property, but there's still a need for digital currencies because you can't use property to do your transactions. And like you mentioned, MicroStrategy has $50 million that you use for working capital. Where are we with the state of digital currencies now? And I'm probably talking about stablecoins. Where do they need to go? And we've had some recent events in various stablecoins. Is it worth talking about UST, maybe USDT, USDC, and what that future might be as far as digital currencies?
Sure. Well, let's fast forward to how it all ends. What does the world want? The world wants 8 billion wallets on Android and iPhones, and each wallet has a checking account and a savings account. And in the checking account, the wallet has the US dollar, the world's strongest currency. And then if you live in Argentina, it's got the peso. And if you live in Zimbabwe, it's got the Zimbabwe dollar. You live in Argentina, Mexico's got the Mexican peso. So the world wants a local currency because whatever government you're subject to is going to mandate you have the local currency to pay your taxes and maybe as a medium of exchange. Then the world wants the US dollar because that's the strongest currency, and everybody on the planet would like to exchange their local currency for dollars. If I need money for a month, I hold the local currency. If I need money for a year, I hold the dollar. It's the international medium of exchange. If I'm going to trade between Argentina and Russia or between China and Italy, I'm going to use dollars. And then the world wants a long-term store of value, more than a year. If you're conservative, for people that are very risk averse, like everything you want to store for 4 years or longer, you put in property. And if you're a bit more aggressive, everything that you need for your store for 1 year or longer, you'll put in property. So Bitcoin is property. I'm gonna hold money for the next 30 years, or maybe for my grandchildren, in Bitcoin. I'm going to save up money that I need for the next 1, 2, 3 years in dollars that I absolutely can't do without. And then, if I'm traveling in fill in the blank, Italy, or traveling in Korea, I'm going to have Korean won, I'm going to have Japanese yen, I'm going to have whatever, because that's the custom at the time. So that's what the world wants. They're now starting to realize it. 2 years ago, stable coins were fairly small, and Bitcoin wasn't that big. And then stable coins kind of exploded in about 1 year, but people were afraid of them. They thought we're just using them as a settlement device between crypto exchanges, and they were used by dissidents. I think if you go back to Jerome Powell's comments 2 years ago, he said, well, we're not going to be first. We'll wait and we'll see what happens. No interest. And if you look at Christina Lagarde, 2 years ago, she said, well, we're going to look at it and study it. And we said, the Chinese are going to do something. And really the most successful stable coin was Tether. And then Circle started to come up after them. And then other crypto people experimented with them. I think that about a year ago, people realized that, you need the digital dollar. But by the way, you may or may not know this, but we've created digital euros, digital yen, digital other stuff. Nobody wants them. Nobody wants a digital euro.
Yeah. Like
the demand for a digital dollar is 100x more, right? Digital pounds, a nice idea. Nobody wants it. Like what they want is they want the dollar. They don't want the yen, the pound, the euro, and those are good currencies.
Yeah.
They certainly don't want the digital peso, the digital naira, the digital whatever. So
why is that 100x for the dollar? Why is that?
Because the dollar is the world reserve currency. It's the most universally desirable medium of exchange. Doesn't matter if you're in Africa or China or Asia. If you actually pull a chart of like currency strengths, and you look over the past year, right? The yen's down 23%, the Polish is down, the zloty's down 18%, the pound's down 17%, the South African rand's down 17%, the Korean won's down 15%, the euro's down 15%, the Aussie's down 8%, CNY, the Chinese currency's down 8%. Okay, what is that the world telling you? It's telling you nobody wants the third, the tertiary currencies. Most people don't want the secondary currencies. Everybody wants the primary currency. It's the most liquid one. So what's happened in the past week, even literally in the past week, the news is the White House in the United States, they're realizing that we need to look at CBDCs, that there needs to be a digital currency. We need to support that. So now most governments that dismissed this, now they're saying, okay, I get it. Digital currency is the future. Now there's a big political debate. Will it be a government, a central bank that issues a currency? Will it be a FDIC insured bank, like a regulated bank that issues the currency? Will it be a company like Circle? Will it be a public traded company issue the currency? Can a private company with a money transfer license issue the currency? Or can anybody issue the currency? Okay, and there's a massive market debate there. The danger of anybody is you get a UST where you issue $18 billion of currency backed by $1 billion, and it just collapses under its own weight, right? Or Tether's very successful, but it's not a US FDIC insured bank, but it's been successful, but it's kind of in this offshore area. So the question is, will it get licensed, and how will it get licensed? Circle's a bit more licensed, right? But it's not a bank. Yeah. And then you've got real banks, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs. They're afraid to issue it, right? They're afraid because they think the regulators will like smack them down. So everybody wants a medium of exchange. You know, if you're an American, maybe you don't care, but you're oblivious to the fact that 3 billion people don't have bank accounts. And if you ever try to send money between U.S. and Africa, good luck with that. You can't do that. One third of the transactions from an iPhone to another iPhone in the U.S. get knocked down, the other day I actually paid for lunch with my credit card, and I hadn't used it in 3 months. And all sorts of fraud warnings went off, and my credit card got shut down just by using the credit card to pay for lunch, infrequently. So what you have is a very imperfect system. People want to be able to move money at the speed of light, friction-free. Everybody wants that. Governments are afraid of it. We're going to evolve in that way. But I think that we crossed the Rubicon here. It's pretty clear. If you believe in the dollar, then for the dollar to remain the world reserve currency, it needs to become the world reserve digital currency.
The greedy bankers are about to do it again. In 2008, they crashed our financial system and nearly bankrupted the entire global economy. Then they received trillions of dollars in government bailouts. And after, they demanded fat bonuses paid for by you, the taxpayer.
It turns out the banks haven't just been screwing the American taxpayers, they're also screwing over their investors. Turns out the banking industry is the worst place you could put your money, despite enormous taxpayer bailouts.
Now the bankers are back to take away your financial freedom. They lie and tell you that cryptocurrency isn't safe. They try to make it illegal for you to choose how to invest your hard-earned money. They lie and say cryptocurrency is used by money launderers and criminals. But look at the record. It's the banks themselves that launder hundreds of billions of dollars every year to the biggest criminal operations in the world.
Leaked documents have revealed how some UK banks have helped criminals, money launderers and Russians under sanctions.
American authorities discovered that the Sinaloa cartel moved $881 million through HSBC accounts as bank officials turned a blind eye to the illegality.
The bankers lie and say cryptocurrency is not a real investment. Meanwhile, the smartest CEOs in the world are buying billions and billions of it. The truth is that banks lie about cryptocurrency because it makes them scared. The banks take $9 trillion per year of your hard-earned money, and they are worried that they will finally be exposed. They're scared because crypto means they can no longer control your money. which means they can no longer control you. They are scared because you might actually understand your money and intelligently decide what to do with it. Now is the time for us to come together, fight back, and take control. It's time to educate ourselves, our families, and our communities. Because financial education means financial freedom. We know that cryptocurrencies will help us build the new decentralized financial system of the future. A banking system that is of the people, by the people, and for the people. A banking system where access to finance is a fundamental human right. A banking system that is free and fair and welcomes all humans on this earth. The DeFi revolution is happening. We, the people, can no longer be fooled. We choose to take control of our finances. We choose to take control of our freedom. We choose to take control of our future. Join us, and let's take back our financial freedom forever.